guys, hope you're all doing well. So I'm coming to you with a really exciting video. Makeup is one of my favorite things to talk about, and especially eyeshadow palettes. So Allie Glines and Samantha March came out with the eyeshadow palette tag part 2. I believe I did part 1. And yeah, it's gonna be a good one. There's 11 categories, and we're gonna talk about it. I will say this, I cheated a little bit because I couldn't pick just one palette for some of these. It's more like a collection of palettes or things, and you'll understand as we go. I have over 600 palettes. A declutter is coming. I don't film my declutters, but it's happening. And I love them all. They're like my babies, but I was able to categorize some. Anything else I need to say? We're gonna chat. We're gonna talk. Grab a snack. Really excited. This challenge brought me some joy. All right, so the first one is all-time fave. Now, that's very hard. I'm trying not to make this video too long. That's very hard, but I thought long and hard about palettes that I'd probably be super bummed about if I didn't have, and like if they came back, would I buy a backup of it kind of thing. And also the palettes here, this is just straight going through my entire collection. It's not like I catered it to palettes you can still get. No, this is just my collection. All right, so all-time fave, I have two. And the first one is the ColourPop Yes Please palette. This palette really changed the game. This was ColourPop's first palette. They're a 12 pan, and this is like the perfect warm palette. It's absolutely wonderful, and I've raved about it. It's been in favorites, it's been in challenges, it's been in tags, it's been in so many different types of videos. I really love this palette, and if ColourPop brought it back, I'm purchasing probably 1 to 2 of them. It's wonderful. All right, and the second one, this seemed like it was on the scene for like 1 minute and then it disappeared. I have not seen a bad review on this palette. Anyone that has it, I know they love it, and this is definitely one that, again, I'd probably get a second one. This is the Urban Decay Born to Run palette. This baby gives you everything. I think it's great for all skin tones. It has your neutrals, your warms, your cools, a little bit of pop. This is definitely, I think, an every body type of palette. Like, it's giving. So yeah, I got a little bit of on my lip. I saw it in the mirror. So yeah, absolutely. The next category is your new favorite, and I actually just talked about this in my January favorites. I had to get myself together. This is the ColourPop Gone Matte palette. Again, I won't be a dead horse, beating a dead horse, broken record thing by saying the same things over and over again. I just encourage you to watch more of my videos. But this is ColourPop's first all matte large palette. Really nice if you want pretty much any matte neutral you need, cools and warms, neutrals. ColourPop's eyeshadow formula is wonderful, and so I've really been enjoying this one. I've done all matte looks with it, smokier looks, lighter looks, and even use these matte shades when I'm playing with other shadows and other palettes. It's kind of how I do it with my mattes, you know? So that's that one. The next palette, where am I? Keep for the memories. The next category, I'm sorry. Keep for the memories. Okay. Have 2 sets of palettes. The first ones were my first high-end brand of eyeshadow, and it's Lorac Pro. Well, let me calm down. My first high-end purchase of eyeshadow was Lorac Pro. I fell in love with that formula. Lorac Pro formula is it's soft, it's blendable, and then she came out with a couple years into my eyeshadow game, the Mega Pros, and so these are so special to me. This Pro 1 came out, it was $60, sold out in like a few hours, sold out, and it was, again, $60. That was my most expensive eyeshadow. This is my most expensive eyeshadow palette for a very long time. I was like, I'm paying $60 for an eyeshadow palette, and do not regret it. I'm so glad Lorac did this. And then she came out with the 2. Let me show you the 2. I remember I had 2 of these. I gave it away. The 3, which is the best. This is one of my favorites. 3, and then the 4. I wish if she continues to come out, it's been a long time. She has those like noir palettes, but like if she brought back the Mega Pro line, oh yeah. So Lorac has a special place in my heart. Again, it kind of set the precedence of quality I was looking for in eyeshadows, and yeah. And so I will always keep these Mega Pros for the memories and just like that joy I got out of a good eyeshadow. It just like. Absolutely. So that's the first set of palettes that I'm keeping for the memories. The second set, all right, take you back, y'all. Take you back when I really started buying makeup. I remember I was working at Target, and I was just, you know, I ain't had no bills. And so I was like, you know, spending extra money on makeup and early days of my channel and Elf. When Elf was even cheaper than it is now. And Elf had, you guys, I'm never getting rid of these. Y'all remember these 144s? The 144s, these were $15. Elf would have the sales, the 50% off sales, the buy one, get one free sales. Elf would have those, and I would buy so much crap. I still have the Elf original these. I'm not getting rid of them. Keeping for the memories. Y'all remember these? I'm not getting rid of them. Calm from my cold dead hands. I'm not getting rid of them. But these are the 144s, the neutral and then the colors. And I'm gonna tell you something. These eyeshadows, I'm not gonna say they aren't that bad. They really aren't that bad. The colorful ones, you want to put a base down, but you definitely could get a bomb look, especially with the neutral palette. And you know eyeshadows can last through goddamn nuclear wars. So any neutral you could ever need, 144, and this was $15, I remember. And I remember having like multiple of these and giving them away to family and friends because they would always have a buy one get one free sale and things like that. And I just miss those days of getting super cheap makeup. That worked. So that will be there. And it also like the glow up, you know, it humbles you. It humbles you. We started from the bottom, now we're here, you know. All right, this one was very, very hard. The next category, underrated. Coming from an influencer standpoint, because I'm sure there's a lot of things that are underrated that the average, you know, makeup person not hear about. But I kind of want them to stay under the radar because I don't want them to raise their prices. But I gotta give it to just a brand, not one palette in general, but a brand of palettes, and that's Beauty Bay. Beauty Bay gets love, but I don't think they're not blown up as much as they like could be blown up. This is their Fiery 2.0 palette. It's the biggest, best warm situation you're gonna come across. Various finishes, just quality of shades, phenomenal. Pigmentation, ridiculous. Yeah, this is like $20. Like what? Their Age of Opulence, their Wilderness, they're just absolutely wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Beauty Bay, definitely underrated. Yes, definitely. All right. Next one is, oh, I think I got eyelash in my eye. Next category is not a favorite, but can't get rid of it. So I have 2 in this category. The first one's the Naked palettes. They're not a fave. They're not. The Naked palettes are, first of all, why they're not a fave? Because I just don't reach for them. I got these back in the day. I got these with my Vaults Urban Decay came out with these 3, the Naked Smoky, which I love, and the Naked 2 Naked Mini Naked Basics palettes. And I've used them. The Naked 3 is my least favorite, even though I love rose gold. Let me show you the Naked 3. I still have the original brushes, but actually any palette I buy, fun fact about me, that comes with a brush, I keep the brush in the palette. Because I just don't like the way the palette looks without the brush. And they're double-ended, and I hate storing those. And so this is a brand new Urban Decay brush that I've had for years that I've never used. And that's just how it's going to be. With my Profusion palettes too. Here's the Naked 2. Beautiful, neutral, cooler palette. And it's not, these shades aren't ashy on me. It's not that. They're all usable. I've used the Naked one the most. Beautiful neutral palette. I've used it the most, but but I'm not gonna get rid of. They're the naked palettes. They don't even have the original naked palettes anymore. Like, they're iconic. They are iconic. They're gonna be copycats to this day. They're still all like copycat-esque type of like to this day. And so yeah, we're not getting rid of the naked palettes, but they're not really a fave. I don't see me like falling in love with them again. No. It is what it is, okay? And then the second one, this one, it kind of hurt me to not love it because I love her. This is the Makeup Revolution collab with Emily. She is my YouTube, I love her. Favorite beauty YouTuber of all time. She collaborated with Makeup Revolution and she made 2 palettes, the Wants, and then she had a face palette called the Needs. I didn't get that, but I think this color selection is very Emily. I think it's very pretty. It's definitely fall. It's giving me almost like the Born to Run vibes with a little bit of neutral, some pop, some... I really do like the setup that she has here and the names about things in her family and in her life. But I just didn't love the palette. Like, it just didn't... It doesn't speak to me. Like, when I look at it, I don't get excited. I think, again, what she picked was great. But it's just... you know, quality's okay. It's just, but I love Emily and I support Emily. I actually bought 2 of these. I gave one to my mom. My mom likes her palette. But I just, it's not a fave. It's not a terrible palette by any means. It's just not a fave. Not, but I'm not getting rid of it. All right. Speaking of that being a collab, the next category is favorite collab. And in terms of, Emily's my favorite collab. She's my favorite YouTuber. But in terms of favorite palettes that happen to be a collab, I don't say something controversial yet. Brave. I gotta give it to Morphe and Jaclyn Hill. Gotta give it to Morphe and Jaclyn Hill. So I didn't have the original. The very first time she collabed, didn't have that. But the second time with the white packaging, so you have this one, the Jaclyn Hill. I think this one also was pretty iconic in the YouTube area. And then the volume 2, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Although this one's giving me, this is not what this video is about, but that sweet tea vibe. Do I need to open it? Do I need to? Since we talking about palettes. Yeah. That's what it's giving. It's a little bit different though. Jaclyn Hill and this is the sweet tea. This definitely has more gold and stuff in it. It's not shade for shade dupe by any means, but I just had to reach for that real quick. Okay. But my favorite were the mini ones. These that she came out with. Let's talk about it. I'm gonna open up every single one. Absolutely wonderful. This is Armed and Gorgeous. Come on. A deep army green, like with some warm This one is Dark Magic. I will buy palettes this size like this all the time. She could come out with like 12 of them. Like, come on. This one is Ring the Alarm. Insanity. Look how pretty. Quality is great. And then we have Bling Boss. Look how pretty. Look how pretty. See, I've used them all well. Yeah, absolutely wonderful. And then the next category, 2021 fave. So a fave in 2021. I had a few palettes that were favored in 2021, but keeping with the theme of Morphe Jaclyn Hill, the neutrals. It was a favorite palette of 2021. I really love this palette. I really do. I love this because the neutrals are deep. You only have 12 shades in here, but I just feel as though it goes deep enough for us deep skin girls to really get a neutral look. It's not a lot of ashy brown, and then the metallics are wonderful. Again, I use this palette up a lot too. I like what I like. Alright, and then the next category is Didn't Expect to Love. So I have one palette for that, Didn't Expect to Love. Because I am a warm tone, or just bright rainbow colors. But like when it comes to neutrals and softer looks, I go for my warms. And so I picked up the ColourPop Stone Cold Fox, which is a cool tone, one of their cool tone mega palettes. And I wasn't expecting to really, really dive in and appreciate this as much as I do. I really enjoy this. I'm going to tell you something. That bottom row of cool, deep tones, give it to you. It's giving it to you. I love this gray smack dab in the middle. I really like that. Again, in terms of comfort zone and looks, I like bright rainbow colors. Like I'll do a blue, like a bright blue. That's technically a cool color. But like in terms of my neutrals and like quick looks, I'm not reaching for cool tones as much. I'm not reaching for cool tones. Just not my, it's not that I don't like them. It's just not my comfort zone. It's not what I gravitate towards. But this palette really opened up. I use this, like, especially if I'm consciously doing another type of cool look, maybe some other shades. Oh, this is leaning cool. I might reach for some complementary shades in here. But again, wasn't expecting it to give me what it gave me. Okay. That's what it gave me. Okay. The next category is a palette that sparks joy. Okay. All of them do for me in terms of, you know, my love for makeup. But this one, it took me a while to figure out what kind of joy. Because like I said, the e.l.f. ones bring joy. They bring memories. The Emily one brings joy. Because like, you know, but this palette represents why I do what I do in terms of this hobby. So it is the Natasha Denona Metropolis palette. And I'm going to explain to you why. So the palette is wonderful. Let's talk about it real quick. Beautiful shades. Wonderful. I've been lusting after this palette. I was lusting after this palette for a while, for a long time. And I just was like, I can't justify $129. It's high. That's high. I can't. I went back and forth always in my chit chat videos, in my lives. We talk, if the subject of palettes or what we want or something, Natasha Denona, whatever would come up. And one of my subscribers, shout out to Lakia. We follow each other on Instagram. Oh my gosh, she's funny as hell. She bought it for me and sent it to me. And she emailed me or DM'd me or whatever. And she was like, I sent you something to your P.O. box. Don't just promise me you open it on camera. And I was like, okay. Or on a live. Or I was like, okay. And not expecting this. I was expecting a little care pack or whatever. You know, I don't know. But it was the Natasha Denona, and I'm like on live. I'm like, I remember I did a live, not just to open the package, but I remember and I did a live and I was like, yeah, I got this package, one of my subscribers, and it was this palette. She bought it and like had it shipped to me. And she said, if you want to return or exchange it, but she said, and this is what she said, she was like, I got tired of you talking about that palette. You deserve it. And she literally said, like a friend. And this palette, so it brings joy because it represents that I've been doing this hobby. I've been doing this for 10 years, over 10 years. And to touch just one person, whether it was like sentimental to her or not, but the fact that she got so tired of me, so she kept watching, but with love, you know what I'm saying? And she bought it for me. I didn't ask her to. I didn't, and like, it just brings me joy. Like, this is why I do it. This little community that we have. I don't have many subscribers at all, you know, compared to, you know, and this family that we have, this community that we have, the same ones, the same people, you guys comment on my videos all the time. I see you in the chats, the lives. You're the same ones that join the lives. I see you, and we talk, and like we're on first names. Like some of y'all I know first names, and it's like, yeah. And so this one brings joy because it reminds me that people are watching. People are listening to me. Like she was listening to me. Like I make side comments all the time. Y'all know me. I'm all over the place. And the fact that she's like, I got tired of you talking about that palette, which means she watched my videos and she watches enough of them to get tired of me talking about it. Like, y'all don't understand what that means. It's wonderful. And so this one, top brings joy. And the palette was bomb anyway, but top brings joy. Thank you, Lakia. So, there we go. Two more. The next category is newest palette to my collection. So I have 3 here. When I wrote this list, when I was putting this together, the newest palettes were these 2 from ColourPop. This is the Of Quartz, which is a cool tone palette, a cool tone situation, really pretty, cool tone 9 pan, and then a by the Rosé. I did a haul of some palettes when I was a little tipsy, and I had the new palettes I got from TJ Maxx, but they're not new to the market. They're actually old palettes that were new to me, so I didn't include them in this. But anyway, these two were the newest ones, and then in between me putting this list together to film this video and actually filming this video, I went to Ulta, and the newest palette in my collection is the Morphe and Nyan Fierce Fairy Tale Artistry palette. I have a ColourPop palette coming in the mail. Still waiting on that. The new big pan 30 pan one. But anyway, pretty. So we have this. This is exciting. That's the newest one. All right. Final category is the first palette I used in 2022. I don't remember the first palette I used in 2022 because I did my makeup off camera for the first time in 2022. I know I did. But the first video, me using something on this channel in 2022 came out to be the Smoking Roses, which is one of my favorites this month because I used this, again, first palette I used in 2022. And I used this for my Galentine's look, which I really loved. And so I've been pulling this back in. This is beautiful. It's actually not that old. What am I talking about? Pulling it back in. These cats. Beautiful, romantic, and get a smoky, little plummy. Got a little cool corner over here. Yeah, really pretty. We're going to ignore where I put my entire nail in the shadow. Let's ignore that. It's a rough day. So yeah, the Roses palette. Smoking Roses. So that is, yeah. So that is the eyeshadow palette tag. Please, if you have any other tags, you come across someone you subscribe to, you watch the tag, and you're like, oh, I'd love to see Candice do that. Leave it down below. Let me know. If you have any questions, comments, concerns about any of the products mentioned in this video, feel free to leave it down below. Also, if you have a palette in your collection that fits into one of these categories, shout it down below. What palette you feel is underrated? What palette do you keep just for the memories? Or palette that sparks joy to you, or didn't expect to love? Tell me. Let's have these conversations. Let's get this. Let's do it. Let's talk about it. But thank you guys so much for watching. I love you all, and I will talk to you guys in the next one. Bye.